Live free or rant, that's a New Hampshire way. No BS, just truth coming every day. From the basement mic to your screen tonight. We're fighting for the red, white, and orange. Yeah!
Welcome to this Saturday episode, and glory to God Almighty. What a glorious day to be alive and American. Mike Donovan here, your overjoyed Republican dad from southern New Hampshire, raising two beautiful daughters in the greatest country on earth. Saturdays are normally our family time. Deep talks about parenting, instilling values, protecting our kids from the chaos of this world. But today is pure, unfiltered celebration, a historic victory that changes everything. Overnight into this morning, January 3rd, 2026, President Donald J. Trump ordered the most daring military operation in decades. U.S. forces struck deep into Caracas, raided Nicolas Maduro's hideout, captured that socialist dictator and his wife Cilia Flores right from their bedroom, and flew them out on the USS Iwo Jima. And the massive bombshell update straight from Trump's mouth: the United States will run Venezuela until we ensure a safe, proper, and judicious transition to freedom. No more narco-tyranny on our doorstep. America is securing the oil, the peace, and the future. Trump didn't just capture a thug. He saved Venezuela from decades of oppression, crushed a direct threat to our borders and our children, and positioned America for energy dominance and global strength like we've never seen. As a Christian dad teaching my daughters about faith, courage, justice, and what real leadership looks like, this is straight up biblical victory. Facts, heroism, what it means for families, the global impact, and why we thank God for President Trump. Let's rejoice together. Let me paint the picture of this masterful operation. It was American power at its absolute peak, the kind of thing that makes you proud to wave the flag. It kicked off around 2 a.m. Caracas time. Our pilots flying F-35 Lightning IIs, AC-130 Spectre gunships, supported by drones, launched precision airstrikes on key regime targets, obliterated command centers. At La Carlota Air Base, runways cratered, hangars destroyed. Coastal anti-air batteries and radar installations were wiped out in minutes. No U.S. aircraft lost, no civilian casualties reported. It was a surgical, overwhelming dominance move. Venezuelan air defenses fired blindly into the night, but hit nothing. Power grids across Caracas flickered and failed as backup systems were taken offline. The regime's ability to respond, gone in the opening salvo. Then came the ground assault. This is the stuff of legends. Elite teams from Delta Force, Navy SEALs Team 6, and Marine Raiders fast roped from Black Hawks and MV-22 Ospreys directly onto Maduro's fortified residence in the hills outside Caracas. Trump described it perfectly. Steel-reinforced doors, bunker-level security, but our guys moved so fast he couldn't even lock them in time. They breached multiple entry points simultaneously, cleared rooms with textbook precision, located Maduro and Cilia Flores asleep in their master bedroom. No shots fired in the capture. Overwhelming force meant surrender was the only option. Blindfolds on, noise-canceling headphones to disorient, zip ties secured, and immediate exfiltration by helicopter to the USS Iwo Jima, amphibious assault ship waiting in the Caribbean. Official photo released by the Pentagon. Maduro in a gray tracksuit, looking defeated and cuffed aboard the ship. American sailors standing guard. His wife beside him. Same fate. From there, a direct C-17 flight to New York, landing at a secure facility where Maduro faces immediate arraignment on the long-standing 2020 narco-terrorism indictment, now superseding with fresh charges. charges: conspiracy to import tons of cocaine into the U.S., arms trafficking to Hezbollah and Iranian proxies, money laundering, and election theft against the Venezuelan people. Trump's announcement came at dawn via Truth Social, then a full press conference from Mar-a-Lago as the sun rose. Quote, "The tyrant Nicolas Maduro has been captured in a daring overnight operation by the finest military on earth. He and his wife are now in U.S. custody, heading to face justice in America. This was the largest armada assembled since World War II. Air superiority, naval dominance, ground precision like no other nation could achieve." He detailed the casualties, a handful of minor injuries to our brave warriors, such as sprains and cuts, but 0 American lives lost. Venezuelan side, regime loyalists surrendered en masse. Many units defected live on radio, broadcasting support for the liberation. Trump on the transition. "We are going to run the country temporarily until such time as we can execute a safe, proper, and judicious handover to the legitimate leaders chosen by the Venezuelan people. We will secure the oil fields, the ports, the infrastructure. American companies will lead the rebuilding, and the revenue will fund freedom, not corruption." The facts on Maduro's reign of terror make this victory even sweeter. Indicted in 2020 for running the Cartel de los Soles, his own military officers, trafficking cocaine that fueled the fentanyl epidemic, killing over 70,000 Americans every year. He stole elections. The 2024 vote was a sham, robbing Maria Corina Machado, the Nobel Peace Prize winning opposition leader who fought tirelessly for democracy. He starved his people while living in luxury. Hyperinflation destroyed savings. Millions fled as refugees, overwhelming our southern border. His alliances: Iran receiving oil for drones and missiles, Russia for weapons and mercenaries, China for predatory loans, all enemies using Venezuela as a beachhead against us. Exiles worldwide are celebrating today. Streets in Miami, Madrid, Bogota, filled with dancing, flags, tears of joy. The latest update: Trump warned of a second wave if any resistance emerges, but reports show most Venezuelan military standing down peacefully. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez reportedly fled to Russia on a private jet hours before the raid. The regime is crumbling from within. U.S. administrators, military governors, and civilian experts are already on the ground, securing key sites. ExxonMobil and Chevron executives confirmed moving equipment in. Those 303 billion barrels of proven reserves, the world's largest, now under American protection. Revenue streams redirected. First to humanitarian aid, then rebuilding, with fair shares for U.S. interests as repayment for decades of theft. As a Christian dad, this entire operation screams biblical justice delivered by God's grace through American hands. Maduro was the embodiment of theft, oppression, and deceit on a national scale. Exodus 20:15 is crystal clear. You shall not steal. He stole elections, wealth, lives. Proverbs 11:1. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. Maduro's regime was built on lies and rigged balances, but Trump enforced righteousness. Psalm 37:28. For the Lord loves the just and will not forsake his faithful ones. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed. The offspring of the wicked will perish. Our troops were instruments of providence, like David facing Goliath, or the walls of Jericho falling. This morning, my girls woke up to the news. Lily, my 10-year-old, rubbed her eyes and asked, "Daddy, did they really catch the bad man who hurt all those people?" I sat them down, showed only the appropriate photos, and said, "Yes." President Trump sent our bravest heroes to stop him from hurting more families, just like he protects us. Emma, 8, jumped up cheering for the soldiers. Go Army! Go Navy! We got on our knees right there in the kitchen and prayed, thanking God for the safety of our troops, for freedom coming to Venezuelan children who can now dream again, for wisdom guiding President Trump. Teaching moments like this are priceless. Real courage looks like Delta operators rushing into danger for justice. Real faith looks like a leader unafraid to do right, even when the world calls it controversial. Family values in action. A strong father, like Trump for the nation, protects the vulnerable, punishes evil, provides prosperity. How does this save the world? Let's count the ways. Narco cash flowing to Iranian terrorists and Hezbollah stopped cold. Less funding for rockets and nukes. Russian and Chinese influence evicted from our hemisphere. No more bases or spies. 1,500 miles from Florida. Refugee waves reversing. Millions heading home to rebuild. Easing our border crisis overnight. Oil markets stabilizing. Prices already dropping toward $2 a gallon as American companies ramp production from the world's largest reserves. Global model for tyrants. Cross the United States, ally with our enemies, traffic death into our streets, face overwhelming consequence. Critics on the left are screaming illegal war or imperialism. Absolute nonsense. This has full legal backing. The 2020 narco-terrorism indictment, extradition demands ignored for years, self-defense against a state-sponsored drug war, killing Americans, plus recovery of stolen U.S. assets from nationalizations decades ago. Precedents abound. Panama, 1989, capturing Noriega. Iraq hunting Saddam. Congressional war powers for drug interdiction apply. Democrats who coddled Maduro with eased sanctions under Biden are silent or whining about escalation. The same ones who funded his regime while fentanyl ravaged our communities. For families like mine, this means a safer, more prosperous future. Less fentanyl on our streets. My girls grow up without that shadow. Cheaper energy heating our New Hampshire home through brutal winters. A proud nation again. Teaching daughters America stands for good, liberates the oppressed, punishes evil without apology. The legacy. Kids worldwide seeing freedom win. Wrapping this extended celebration, Trump captured Maduro and his wife, liberated Venezuela from socialist chains, and wisely declared U.S. oversight for a safe transition, securing oil, peace, prosperity, biblical justice through American strength. God bless our incredible troops who executed flawlessly. God bless President Trump for the courage to order it. God bless the Venezuelan people tasting freedom today. And God bless the United States of America. Patriots and families, rejoice in the comments. How's this historic win hitting your household? Best family reaction or prayer gets a shout out next episode. This is Mike Donovan from the Granite State.